What's up, you guys, and welcome back to the Project Manga podcast. I'm Noxie.
I'm Kiko.
Eagle.
And Nickums.
And we are back with Tangential Tie-Ins, revisiting badass women in anime and manga, and we are joined by some badass women. We have on the panel Sam and Danny from Anime Summit. Sam, you might remember from the last Badass Women episode that we did, and the Evolution of Shonen Storytelling episode that we also did inside of the Tie-In series. But Danny is new on the show. How are you guys doing? What's up, Danny?
What up?
What up? What up?
Glad that we were able to get a couple more Anime Summit people on here. We'll get Nick one of these days too, eventually.
Oh yeah.
But then we also have a other very special guest. We have Trini here. This is a very close friend of ours, and the original fourth member of Project Manga, actually, that we wanted to start this venture with. And we're glad that we can have her on the show now. It's so great to have you here, Trini.
She was in the Void Century episode, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Straight up.
Yeah. The first time that we ever met up to talk about Weekly Shonen Jump on camera, Trini was there, and started the Facebook page and all of the subsequent Project Manga related things. And we're all really old close friends, and I'm just happy that we're all together now on one episode. So before we get into the discussion, take a look at the link tree down below in the description section. That's where you're going to see us on all of our other online communities, social media accounts, ways to donate to the Project Manga podcast, ways to listen on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you normally get your podcasts. And I'll also put the Anime Summit links down there as well, so you can check out their content if you have not already. But let's get into it. The topic at hand, formidable femme fatales, part dos. And the philosophy behind this episode was just appreciating really badass female characters that, kind of stand out in a couple of different ways and really steal the show inside of male dominated genres like shonen and seinen. You know what I mean? So if you haven't peeped the first iteration of this conversation, I'll put the link for that down in the description as well. But who wants to bring up the first character? Who should we talk about first?
I feel like I might kick it off here.
What you got?
With Captain Hibana. Immediately when I saw her, I'm like, oh shit, this is a female that is not to be fucked with. She's like a dominatrix kind of character.
I didn't even see. I still haven't really done Fire Force yet. So this is the first time that I'm hearing about this character, and I've seen her online, but I had no idea that was her thing.
She's real similar to
heels.
Say what?
Yeah.
I want her to choke me with her high heels.
I swear to God.
Hold on, I gotta look her up.
She's real similar to Boa Hancock in that aspect of where she's got a squad full of men that are subservient to her in every way, shape, and form. They will do everything she says, including literally let her walk on them with her high heels.
Okay, so it's this one. I was thinking of the other girl from Fire Force.
I want Captain Hibana to step on me with neck.
I would love her to step on me as well.
I'm so gay right now. I'm gonna be gay this whole episode, but I'm super gay right now with Eagles first.
Yeah, and she's
that's a good pick. She's super hot too.
She's fine.
Yeah, she's good looking, and her eyes are crazy, and also her ability is.
Yeah, what does she do? What does she do?
Dude,
I believe she's a.
She's like a first.
Is she a second gen?
She's second. She's
a second gen, yeah, and she so she can control the fire, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I forget how the power system works exactly, but yeah, she controls fire in a way basically where she makes a fucking huge sakura tree, and the petals drift down and burn whatever they touch. If I remember correctly. Yeah.
Wow.
Damn.
Holy shit.
I mean, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, dude.
She kind of got sunned by Shinra, which
in what way?
Basically he's the main character, so he beat her.
Oh yeah, main character stuff.
Probably shouldn't have. Yeah. So
yeah.
But, it is what it is.
Yeah, dude. That's
she's a third gen.
Oh, she's a
third
gen.
So what are the gens?
That's why she has the eyes. I'm bugging. I should have remembered that.
So third gen pyrokinetics are pyrokinetics that were going to combust, but instead of combusting, they held it in. And therefore are immune to burning and can make objects appear as though they're burning. So she makes the sakura tree appear, and then she makes the petals come down like embers.
Okay.
And And then second gen, I think is like they can
If the fire exists, like if it's there in front of them, they can control it.
yeah. And then first gen is like straight up like
Fire
kitchen
blast.
fire.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, third gen is basically all encompassing. Like they can control the fire if it exists, they can create the fire if it doesn't, and they can do all types of crazy shit with the fire.
So they're like.
So Ivana's she's like
she's a captain?
immune to burning. She is.
She's a captain, yeah.
She's a captain.
I like seeing female characters in roles like that, just because like, especially inside of like the shonen genre, it's like, it's always going to be like a 90-10 like split. I feel like in like important characters, and it's always going to be like male characters that are in like spots like that. But whenever there's like a female character in like a captain position, I feel like anytime that they're on screen or anytime they do anything, it's like this is always hype. You know what I mean? And which we're starting to see. I feel like more, you know, like as time goes on and like. You know,
finally,
shonen authors like kind of like start to get more, you know, progressive with it. But I feel like newer authors are starting to like learn, you know, more from, you know, the past inside of the genre and their.
Which you mentioned on the last like badass.
Oh yeah. I think we did talk about it. Yeah, you know,
because we were talking about Big Sister Mag a little bit too and stuff like that, and yeah.
Yeah, it's cool that I mean, they're not actual firemen, but they are like anime shonen firemen, right?
Yeah.
That you know, that field is very male dominated, so it is really cool to have, you know, a female captain kind of running things. That's a great aspect. And I've only watched like, I want to say 5 episodes of Fire Force. That's about
one.
it.
Dude, it's so sick.
The opening slaps. The opening will get
is
you.
so good.
The opening will
openings.
get you. Yeah.
Both openings are sick, but the first one especially is like
The first one, more so.
Mrs. Green Apple.
Yes.
Like how sick of a band name is
that?
that?
Fucking name ever.
I love it.
Anyway, Captain Hibana though.
Captain Hibana, absolutely
That's
great
cool.
pick there.
People,
Great pick
cool.
there.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
People discount Fire Force a lot because they're like, oh, it's just firefighters. How much can they do with it? I'm like, bro, this shit hit different.
Dude,
Well, why don't you
it
go
slaps.
see?
Yeah.
Why don't you see?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Great pick there.
Who up
Trini,
next?
Trini, you are new. You gotta go. You gotta bring
you
your
gotta
character.
Go first.
Who
I'm
we
sorry.
talk? No, it's all good, dude.
Let me have that cat.
Dog. No, is that a cat or a dog?
It's a kitty.
Oh, that's a dog.
Oh, a dog. Oh,
I know it
let
is
me
a
have
dog.
It's a big dog.
yeah. Who you got though?
Okay. Yeah. The first one that I wanted to use, and I don't know if it's going to be obvious or not, but Utena from Utena. Yeah.
You're always talking about that, and I still haven't peeked. I'm trash.
For
I gotta
sure.
rewatch that shit because I've never finished it. But
You
I gotta
sent me a
rewatch.
super cool video one time though.
Same.
Of, like I think one of the
Yeah.
fights in there.
Oh yeah, it was her and the red hair.
They like turn into cars.
Well, that's from the movie, which is like a little bit off the rails. Yeah, like the movie's something else, but the anime is like, I mean, the movie's still good. A lot of people like it, but yeah, the anime is like obviously
some other shit.
expands on everything a lot more. Yeah, and a lot more happens. And Uten is great because basically like, and they'll tell you this in the first 30 seconds of the first episode, but when she was a kid, she was like sad, and then some prince came and he gave her this ring, and he was like, I'm gonna find you later, and you know, stop crying and feel better, or whatever the hell he said. And then like it was expected or whatever for him to like fall, or for her to fall in love with this prince, but instead she just decided that she wanted to be a prince. So she just kind of like is rejecting that kind of conventional like femininity from a child. And then when she's like when it gets to the present time, she's wearing a boys' school uniform, getting in trouble for it. She is symbolically the fiance of like another woman, so they're like rejecting like heteronormativity and stuff like that too. And this is, gosh,
It looks
I don't even
old.
know.
It's like early
Yeah.
90s.
It's from
It's like
is,
from,
yeah.
it's from the 90s.
It's so
19
many gender non-conforming themes in it. So amazing.
Revolutionary Girl Utena, right? Or Utena.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was
that's
just
the
looking
full
it
name.
up.
Yeah.
Speaking of revolutionary,
What,
you know, like
what is it?
just the gender non-conforming.
Oh
themes in it,
yeah.
like, back in the day.
Oh, yeah,
I think that's
definitely.
May 12th, 1996.
That's
Look at
the
that.
When it came
eagle.
out.
Eagle with the Wikipedia. That's what.
yes.
Fact
with
check.
the facts. Big news. Eagle.
Kudachi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like
That's
you tell
great
like
first pick.
yeah. What are like what's probably her? Can I YouTube it? What's probably her biggest like defining like moment in the series?
Personally, I think it's definitely like her first battle that she faces to win Anthe, who is the bride, the rose bride of the school.
Oh,
so that is a big, like, huge accomplishment in that.
and I'm assuming
for her,
like there's
especially.
a lot of other men in the competition to win the bride.
There are men, but there are also other women there too. Like Jury is one of them. Jury is actually one of my favorites, and then there's actually a couple. Manami's crazy.
So wait, is it like The Bachelor?
What?
Did you say they're in competition to win a bride? The Bachelorette?
No, they have to duel. They duel with swords, and it's all very symbolic. Yeah, it's all very symbolic. And the cool
like
thing
fencing,
about
like
yes, and the cool
pretty much
sabers,
it's
like,
fencing. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And then one guy has he's like got a sword, like kendo. Kind of kendo, kenpo.
Saionji,
Yeah.
what an asshole.
Yeah,
Kenjutsu.
Yeah. But I mean, so U10 is like, the main person, obviously, and
She's the main character, right?
Yeah, and she's fighting in this duel. Back to that first fight, she's fighting in this duel with a very abusive character, who like you see him like slapping Himemiya around, who's the bride and stuff. And she basically like everybody is dueling because they're after like a certain goal, and it has something to do with like growing up and adulthood and stuff, because they're all in middle school. So they all have this exact same like specific goal, but Utena's only goal is like to get Anthe away from Saionji, who's being very abusive towards her, and she just wants to like protect her. And then there's like that goes a whole lot deeper with the themes of the show as well. But she's got a lot of like just shonen main character
vibes and like characteristics. Yeah
absolutely.
That's really cool.
And it's like a shoujo, but it's like an anti-shoujo. Like it's really strange. Like it's not like your typical Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
But it's still like drawn to appeal to people like in that same way.
Yeah.
This Saionji looks like the biggest douche I ever seen in my life.
When you watch that shit, you want to slap the shit out of him.
Yeah, you do. I like him a little bit later. He becomes like more of a comic relief type character.
Saionji.
So this shit is on Funimation?
Oh, I don't know.
I
downloaded it.
I want to say yes. I think I saw it as I was
like
scrolling a little bit.
I was hoping it was a Crunchyroll. Yeah, I want to look him up too. What's his name? Saionji?
I just did Saionji, Utena. It's always the green-haired ones. Long green-haired, flowing. He just looks like a fucking like Pegasus with green hair.
Literally, no.
Yugi boy.
For real.
Yugi boy.
It looks like Elder Tagoro before he turned into an old creepy fucker.
Yeah.
I mean, this dude definitely looks like Naraku, but like.
Oh my god, and he looks like Naraku too, dude. This is just the douchebag, like.
The douchebag template.
Yeah.
You just put that motherfucker on.
He needs eyeliner and eyeshadow, and he's Naraku, right? Like that's
Holy moly!
Dye his hair blue.
Wow. Okay. Revolutionary Girl Utena. I'm so sorry I haven't watched that yet. I've been telling you for like years that I'm gonna watch that.
Yeah, you need to. And you'll probably have to watch it a couple times.
Maybe we can like watch party it in the Discord or something.
Danny, and Trini are telling you now.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, for sure.
For what?
Yeah, we'll watch party it.
We'll just watch party it in the Discord. Fuck yeah, I'd be super down for that.
Yeah.
I'd be so down for that. We'll figure that out. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Who wants to go next? I'll go next. Can we talk about Haruko from FL? Can we talk about Haruko from FLCL?
Yeah, she was on my list last time.
Was she?
And
we talked about her.
Well, we didn't talk about her. I think I put her on my like honorable mentions towards the end. But yeah, we need to.
Yeah, dude, Haruko's so cool, and I mean like FLCL was just such a different show than anything that I had ever seen before, like that point.
Yeah.
And I mean,
yeah.
then I've ever seen ever since then. You know what I mean? Like Kill La Kill comes pretty close to that. You know what I mean? I think it's the same studio, isn't it? I can't remember.
It's a pre-studio, right? Like Trigger is like an offshoot of Gainax or whatever.
Right, kind of like Madhouse and Mappa, right?
It's the people who did Fooly Cooly, I think, are related to the people that now do Trigger or whatever in some way.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's definitely a badass, and like I'm not super familiar with FLCL because when I watched it, I was really young. It was a long time ago.
Okay. Yeah, you have seen it though.
I should rewatch it. I should
rewatch it.
It's
really fucking good.
It's a classic.
But it still holds to this day like one of the funniest moments I've ever seen in any anime when she comes around the corner with like the fucking moped
on the Vespa, drive by guitar, the Gibson to the forehead.
So fucking funny, bro.
Yeah, and like ever since that scene when she comes in, like she's like just been the star of the show to me. You know what I mean? And I think she's supposed to be. You know what I mean? She's very eccentric. She's very unhinged, and it's just like. So it was so different to see like just that kind of show in general, but also just like a female, like looking back on it, like retrospect, like I don't know of any other kind of like story where they would have, you know, that kind of character type in the spotlight like that for the entire series. You know what I mean? Like very unhinged, very enigmatic in a lot of ways too, very dominant. You know what I mean? Like she's just such a fucking really cool and new kind of character that I had ever seen before. Sure. And like that was the first time where I was really like wowed by any character in like anime like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, and
she wants what she wants, and she's gonna get it, dude.
Yeah, Fooly Cooly was one of my first like anime, like anyway. You know what I mean? Like that's coming out of like the Toonami like era. You know what I mean?
Right.
And shit like
that. That was a big one for me for sure. Yeah. I love like that. You know, what's his name? Shota, the main character.
Naota.
He like he's kind of the main character, but he is, you know, timid and he's, you know, unsure of himself. Yeah. And Haruko is the one who like teaches him, you know what I mean? Like, you know, she gives him the confidence to like follow through with the swing. No, just swing, you know what I mean? And everything. So like just so good to see that dynamic instead of, you know, the other way around, you know what I mean? Like male teacher kind of thing, you know, having a female teacher so good.
Right. Yeah. And like just like guitars as the weapon system, like you know what I'm saying,
bass
like
guitars,
bass up like a chainsaw,
bass guitars as like weapons, like in a story. I was just like, this is fucking beautiful, dude. And then like the final fight in like the 6th episode against like Adamus and shit, like when she like goes into like her like final like form or whatever. Oh, dude, and then when she pretends to be a nurse and like that scene where she like pretends to be a nurse and is like working on that dude with like the big ass eyebrows or whatever, like that scene was so like that scene was so like intense and like weird,
and it had like the
and
South
like
Park like
dude, FLCL was so good. And then they came out with more Fooly Cooly, didn't they? Like a second season. I still haven't seen it yet. Is it good? It's
wastemytime.com.
Is it?
Oh no.
It's bad?
Yeah.
So there's
what was it? Wasn't it alternative that was the like
one of them is better than the other.
Oh, there's two new ones.
Yeah, progressive and alternative, Oh,
okay.
So FLCL originally premiered on Adult Swim on Cartoon Network. So in partnership with Adult Swim again, they did like a simul dub, and it premiered on Adult Swim in America again. They did 2 more seasons, 6 episodes each, and one was called Progressive. And the first one was called Progressive, which centered around a girl with like these headphones with the cat ears. And the second one was called Alternative, which centered around a group of friends. And Progressive has to do with Haruko splitting up into 2 people. So then Haruko and Jinya's weapon is actually not a bass, it's a guitar.
Oh, a regular
Fender
guitar.
Strat.
Yeah.
Yeah. And instead of Conti, she has a car, which is a Bel Air. Or instead of a Vespa, it's a car. That's a Bel Air. Dude, I don't know. It was
really meh.
It's super meh.
So alternative though.
That sucks.
Alternative though.
And I'm gonna say this. Progressive had some good animation because they'll go back and forth between the traditional animation to like some really choppy cross-hatching animation, which was kind of cool. but the whole storyline was just meh.
Did they try to like match the animation style of the original Fooly Cooly?
Yeah, they tried to match so for Progressive they matched the art style.
Yeah.
And then in the backgrounds and in the character design. In Alternative, the character design was slightly different and the backgrounds were done differently. But yeah, I mean they did. Alternative was more closer to the original, except instead of one kid, it was 4 kids and they were all girls and they were all friends. And each episode kind of centers in on their life, and then the last 2 is like them coming together, and it's kind of cool. It's like, yeah, Progressive was really bad. I had no idea what was going on in that one. And
no, I gotta peep now just so I can see what's going on, because
I mean, there's
it's only like 6 episodes each. Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably the same.
Just go in knowing you're gonna waste your time.
That's fine. I mean, if it's only 6 episodes, I can deal with that. But I just want to know that I can say that I checked it out.
Watched it.
Yeah.
Also, I will say this: the base that Haruko uses is called a Rickenbacker, and it's still to this day, it's a Rickenbacker 3500, I believe.
Wow.
To this day, that base is still about $2,500.
No way, dude.
Yeah, it's really expensive. My friend had one, and he let me play it for like an hour, and I
didn't even know you played guitar.
I do play. I play bass and guitar and drums.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I got to slap that bitch for like an hour one time, and it was just
slapping.
It felt so good. It was like, but it was, dude, it was so, and he had the blue one too. So it was really hard not to like turn it over and like swing it at somebody. But
yeah. Wow. Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah. I don't know. Haruko
head with his own guitar and dip.
Haruko is just like always so cool to me. Just I don't know, man. I just never seen like that kind of like female character obviously before, and I think that like kind of like I don't know, man. I feel like it's weird to say, but like after I seen that, like I'm in high school, you know what I'm saying, and I'm like trying to find me a Haruko now, like in the real world, you know what I'm saying? Like it was the first time.
Yeah, dude.
But then like you know, like you think about it, and it's like, do I want that? Like is that like?
What's that called? That's called what is it? Manic Pixie Dream Girl.
Really?
Yeah. Basically, yeah.
Oh my god. Okay.
It's like an archetype of female that doesn't actually exist, that like people perceive as like some sort of like eccentric, very romantic, like
spontaneous.
Are you telling me fairies don't exist? What? I thought I could get all. Well, how do I get all my hearts back if the fairies don't exist?
Kiko's upset now. Like,
I need all my hearts
constantly looking over my shoulder, watching out for fucking guitar coming at my dome. But
she can hit me with a guitar all she wants, bro.
Same.
Bro, you don't want that bass to the head, bro.
Man,
you
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
After I seen it happen to Naota, I was like, I could take that, and I get a Conti. Yeah, well, come on, bro.
You get a cool TV robot out of it.
Yeah, come on,
that
man.
you can climb into after.
Right.
Worth.
Okay. Wanted to bring up Haruko just because I couldn't remember if we did in the previous episode or not, and I was super excited about that because I was like, why the fuck? I was like, duh. I was like, why the fuck do we not bring her up? But Danny, you are also new to the show, and I would love to hear who you would like to bring up tonight.
Yeah, Danny, you go, because I've been here before. I'm familiar.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Okay, so obviously you guys are shonen based, and I just wanted to bring up a couple of non-shonen badass women.
Yes, put me on.
Mainly, of course, the OG is Sailor Moon and her Sailor Scouts.
Yes.
Nice.
So, just wanted to mention that because that is super influential, especially for my part, especially starting in anime.
To nowadays, for real.
Yeah. And as like a 12-year-old girl, seeing these middle school kids just turning into magical girls and just fighting evil by moonlight.
Yes.
Yeah.
By moonlight.
Dude, when I first saw Sailor Moon, I was like, I want to do that too. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, for real. I want to fight evil.
I just want all of these new anime superpowers that I had never seen before come out of like Western comics. I'm like, I want all this new shit. Like,
it was the winning Love by Daylight, which got me personally. Like that part of it. I love me some Ray. I love me some Mars.
Fuck yeah.
Jupiter. I'm sorry. Jupiter is where it's at.
Yes.
Yeah, Jupiter too.
Best girl.
Y'all said Sailor Uranus wrong. Real wrong.
What do you mean?
I'm just saying
Who
she's
did?
the best one.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, did I say Uranus on accident?
No, I was talking to Danny and Kiko.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, no, Sailor Uranus and Neptune are fucking badass
Neptune
women.
is badass.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
And
There's
and
not
I
a
hate
bad
to
one in the
say it,
bunch.
but America fucked up on that dub,
Yeah.
man.
Oh my
Making
God, bro.
cousins. It made it 10 times worse. Made
Terrible.
it 10 times
made it
worse.
worse.
Yeah.
We gotta
We're
take this. We
cousins.
gotta take this gay stuff out of here, but they made them cousins. Yeah.
I always see on
Incest is fine. All right, we're gonna.
I still see occasionally that meme where it's like, my work here, tuxedo mask, my work here is done, and Sailor Moon's like, but you didn't do anything.
Oh, yeah. You didn't do anything.
You threw a rose on the ground and did
Did the fucking like Dracula like escape, like pull the fucking pull the cape up and disappear?
Another magical girl I want to mention is Cardcaptor Sakura.
Yes,
So
Hell yeah.
dude. Hey.
very, very underdog in the magical girl because of Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon is just so popular. And I mean, Cardcaptor Sakura is pretty popular too. And it got a sequel to the original, which is far better than the freaking remake that they did for Sailor Moon.
That's Sailor Moon. What's the
Crystal.
new Sailor Moon called?
Sailor Moon Crystal.
Sailor Moon Crystal.
Sailor Moon Crystal. Is it still like written by? I always forget her name.
I know, me too.
Togashi's
Togashi?
wife. Yeah.
It is, right? I think it is.
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
I know that Crystal is more true to the manga than the original was. So, and they definitely skipped a lot of the fillers that was in the original as well. So, which I was kind of grateful, but at the same time, I wasn't really a fan of the animation that they did, and it was, to me, it was very choppy.
Yeah.
Versus Clear Card for Cardcaptor Sakura, like
The clear card.
from from beginning to end, just phenomenal and so clean. And I love Clamp's writing for Cardcaptors. So just this little girl, she doesn't want to be a magical girl, but she's gonna do it anyway, and she becomes the most powerful Cardcaptor ever. I just love her.
Yes,
She's yeah.
Well, and what you're saying about that Sailor Moon animation, that's Toei, ain't it? Crystal is Toei?
Is that
true?
It's true.
Crystal?
I'm pretty confident it's true.
Someone fact check it. 'Cause
Toei, man.
my
Toei is just a
computer is
dumpster
slow.
fire, man. It's just not
Toei
good.
just like always misses in some kind of way.
God damn it.
We are the biggest, so we
It
can
is
cut all
Toei.
the corners.
No.
It's so bad.
It's Toei?
I've seen,
It's too.
yeah.
No.
Because they get me, like Crystal gets memed for how bad the animation is, you
Sure.
know, and it's like, oh well, I wonder who did that. Let's just take a
Let's
stab
guess.
at
Let's
it.
go down the list. Toei, Pierrot.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I heard Nickums die inside. He was like, "It's Toei, no."
I mean, it's just another reason for me to harp on Toei. They don't need.
Yeah,
any
that's
other
like his.
any other
That's
reasons.
totally his agenda, like all the time.
I
on
mean,
the show,
because
too.
if you just redid One Piece in Hunter form, like that would be
what a dream,
you know,
dude.
I know.
What a dream.
That'll
That
never
would
happen.
be-
But,
man, fingers
but
crossed.
anyway,
Yeah.
back to women.
Cardcaptor. Cardcaptor Sakura. So I never actually I'm not actually very familiar with Cardcaptor Sakura, but recently in our Discord, some people have been saying that they've been going back through that, and I completely forgot about it until just a couple weeks ago when someone was like, "I'm redoing Cardcaptor Sakura," and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's a thing."
Cardcaptor Sakura is on Netflix now.
Is it on
Oh,
Netflix?
nice.
Oh, bet.
It is, yeah.
I believe
on
it's also
Netflix.
on Hulu too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's on Hulu
I
too.
think it
Only
is.
clear card. It's only clear card.
So it's like
But
it's like Yu-Gi-Oh, right? It's like a card game. It's like a TCG
No.
kind of situation.
fuck
Oh, it's
yourself
not.
right now.
I don't remember. I'm not
No, it's
familiar.
not a-
I'm not familiar. I don't
It's not
remember.
a card game, Noxie.
Sorry. I mean, hey, I've
and
seen.
they're not
I have very
wearing
vague
pantsuits
memories
either?
of it. Yeah.
So Cardcaptor Sakura is about Sakura, she's in elementary school. She's really good at sports. Sam, relax with the knife.
I'm just leaving her here for later. Just
I'm so glad this is over the internet. Now Kiko's here with his letter opener.
With his letter opener, yeah. Ace knife. I mean, this has a specific purpose that I won't tell people here.
All right.
But anyway, no, Cardcaptors it's a magical girl show. So, and Sakura, her dad is a university teacher. So in their house, he has this huge library, and she was cleaning.
Oh my God.
And she goes downstairs and she finds this this book. Yeah. Everyone's bringing out their knives today.
I'm not going to go grab mine just because. But wait, okay. So her dad. Hold on. So her dad's a university teacher.
Yep.
Yes.
And then keep going.
So she's cleaning the house because it's her turn to clean the house. So she goes downstairs into her dad's den with all his books, and she finds this book, and it says Clo cards. And she opens it and she finds these cards. They're kind of sort of like tarot cards. She kind of uses them as tarot cards in a few episodes to find other Clo cards. But she opens this book and all the cards just fly out of this book and just scatter everywhere. So, and then she finds the guardian of the Clo cards, Kiro, yeah, who he's like this big ass lion, but like in reality, like he's like this cute little like kitty cat lion kind of.
Well, you got me now. You got me now.
Yeah.
So so then like Kiro senses that Sakura has the power of the cards and she can sense these things.
Yeah.
So he gives her the key to find the Clo cards. And that's pretty much the premise of the show. She just goes about the Clo cards are causing mischief. Like she goes on an outing.
Power system in the series is the
Is
the
Clo cards. Yeah.
So like you have like different abilities like based on like what kind of like tarot reader you are.
The first one that she manages to get is fly, and pretty much that episode, she's trying to defeat this big fucking bird. And once she captures that card, the staff that she uses to capture the Clo cards, it forms wings so she can fly around. And then the next card she gets is Windy. And just the beautiful animation and the artwork for each of the cards is just
these fights sound like they'd be lit too.
So, for example, like the Windy, it literally is just fucking wind.
And
it's blowing shit so hard, and she's like, how do I do this?
Yeah.
And like that's what's cool about every battle she has to do when putting it back into card form, because sometimes it's like, okay, like one of them is water.
That episode was my favorite one. Yeah, because these cards, she goes to the aquarium for Watery, and when she goes to the aquarium, these poor penguins, like one of them just gets caught in this whirlpool. And Sakura notices it. So, and they're like, this has to be a Clo card. So they go back to the aquarium at night, and her best friend, Tomoyo, she is like the richest person ever because her mom invents toys and stuff.
Yeah.
So, and she loves her best friend so much that she wants to videotape every moment of when Sakura gets these cards, and she just wants these videos and movies for herself, and she dresses her up. So each episode is like a costume of the week. So she always has different costumes whenever she's battling.
Nice. Which is another reason why she wants to videotape her.
Yes.
I love that.
So yeah, no, my favorite episode is definitely when she wants to capture Watery, because obviously she doesn't have anything against water. All she has is Fly and Windy is a very gentle card, where Watery is just like a typhoon kind of thing.
A more aggressive one, yeah.
Yeah. So she has to figure out like, okay, how do I capture water? Because water is a liquid. Yeah, so I'm not gonna give away the ending.
Yeah. I was about to say, like, wait a minute, how far are we going here? Because
anyway, she has to figure it out each time because like there's some cards that are just crazy. But yeah,
right.
Card capture Sakura.
Cool. That's cool. Yeah,
very cool.
Yeah.
I wonder if maybe Negima took some. Akamatsu Ken may have taken some inspiration from it because Sakura card capture Sakura is definitely out. Yeah, it's definitely because it was like the manga was like early '90s, I think.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Wasn't Negima too though?
Like late '90s.
Late '90s. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Great pick.
Yeah, cool.
Lovely pick.
Another one. I'm sorry, I have like a list here.
Oh yeah.
Are you going all at once or what are you doing?
I just want to say one more.
Throw it out. Come on, bring it. Yeah, let's get it.
Fucking Danny, God.
Fuck you, Sam. I want to mention Sango from Inuyasha.
Yes,
dude.
Another one that I'm mad didn't make it on the last episode that we did for this.
That's why we're here.
I know that's why we're here. But I think back on it and I'm like, dude, I told you.
Oh, is that Eagle's next pick?
That was my next pick.
Well, all right. Well, here we are. We're talking about her now. Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's do.
Yeah, Sango's great, man. What a cool weapon.
Yeah, I mean a badass kunoichi, mastery over several weapon styles, big ass boomerang hucking at your fucking
super
head.
tight.
And I've always wanted
fucking demon cat.
Yes, dude, like her familiar. You know what I'm saying? Like Kilala. I've always wanted. Like Inuyasha was the one that really made me like want. Like I read Harry Potter and like I did all these. I wanted an owl at one point. You know what I'm saying? Like I wanted, but then like Sango comes out. On Adult Swim when I'm watching Inuyasha, and I'm like, I've never wanted a companion more than I want Kilala, like right now. Like this is the tightest shit that I've ever seen in my fucking life, bro.
I can't lie though. The one thing from Inuyasha that I would want more than anything, that motherfucking
the wind tunnel, until Naraku throws the bees at you.
The bees.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's such a
the bees.
But yeah, dude, Sango's great, man. I'm trying to remember like really cool Sango moments.
I like when Sango used to throw the Hirai coats without saying it. That's every time Hirai coats.
Yeah. Hirai coats.
We've heard it a million times. Like I like when you just threw it.
Yeah.
Her backstory was one of the heaviest in the show.
That's what I wanted to talk about too.
Like Koharu and shit.
Kohaku.
No, Koharu.
Kohaku. No, it's Kohaku.
It's Koharu.
No, it's Kohaku.
It's Kohaku.
Koharu is Dr. Stone, isn't it? One of the characters in Dr. Stone.
Oh, Kohaku is Dr. Stone. That's why it made me think it was Koharu.
Yeah, that's right.
It's Kohaku for both.
Yeah, it's Kohaku.
Yeah,
it's Kohaku for both. But yeah,
gotta be it. Correct.
It's potato. It's potato.
Yeah.
But no, you say potato, I say Konohamaru.
I've heard it pronounced both ways. That's fine.
It's Moomin Rider. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, there you go. It's Moomin Rider.
But man,
Justice Crash, bro.
Read the manga though.
You'll see how drastic that bite can be, bro. I swear. But
swear to God.
I don't know, dude. Sango is super cool, man. Obviously, like she was like, I don't know, like Rumiko Takahashi. Obviously, she's a female writer, and she's great. She's gonna know how to,
My first manga that I ever read.
Yeah, was Inuyasha.
Mm-hmm.
Oh fuck yeah!
It's my it's my largest series in my collection.
Hell yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. But yeah, man, I don't know. She just knows. Obviously, she knows what she's doing. She's a very seasoned, experienced. I believe she had Ranma 1/2 before Inuyasha.
Yeah,
I think she had one. I think she had one more. I think she had one more before Inuyasha. What is it?
Yes, she did.
Urusei Yatsura. Yeah.
Urusei Yatsura, Maisi Nikoku, then Ranma, then Inuyasha.
And now she's on
And
Mao.
then Renee.
And then
is
Mao,
after.
Yep.
Yeah, Renee. Yeah, she's written like 8 months, 6, 7, 8 manga for sure.
Mm-hmm.
She's a fucking badass herself. She's we could have a Rumiko Takahara.
Oh, yeah.
She just got like an award too, like last year for all her accomplishments. I forgot. It's like a Japanese prestigious award, but yeah.
Yeah, Rumiko Takahashi. I said Takahara.
Yeah,
you see a picture where she's like wearing the Def Jam shirt?
Yeah, dude, she's got a fucking Def Jam shirt on. She's like throwing up like peace signs and shit.
Sick.
I was like, fuck yeah,
yeah,
dude.
it's wild. She could write like 8 manga, but we can't even get Togashi to finish Hunter, man. What the
Hey,
hell?
man, come on, bro.
Leave the man alone.
But yeah, dude, I don't know,
I'm still
man.
waiting for Nana to finish.
What is it?
Nana.
Nana.
I was gonna bring up Nana Saku.
Oh yeah.
As one of the badass girls.
Yeah, she's on my list too.
Nana. So wait, what's that? What? Wait, hold on. Well,
should we go into it? Should we go into it right now?
Should we go into it? Okay.
Yeah.
Or is there more for Sango though?
Yeah.
You want to fight?
I want to say something about Sango.
Yeah. Go ahead,
Sango.
Kiko. Yeah, go ahead, Kiko.
It was just super tight about their tribe. How like they killed the demons, but they used like all of the parts of the demons to make all their weapons, and like reused the demons to make everything like within their village.
Yeah.
And you know, I mean, they were sporting the SARS mask or the COVID mask, you know, before anybody out here. You know, they had the.
They had the fucking the Scorpion and Sub-Zero joints on.
That was the next thing I was gonna say. Was the character design of Sango and like that.
Yes. Yes,
was the best. I loved her outfit, the pink and black,
definitely.
The pink and black, like
yes.
Even her yukata was really nice. Like she was pretty in it, but like that
very
outfit.
silhouette ensemble.
And she would like jump down, you know, and just go with her yukata. Then it was like underneath and like badass.
Yes.
Man.
Okay. Yeah.
I was just gonna say this mangaka, man.
Got
Rumiko
stripes.
Takahashi. She's been around
for a fat minute, bro.
She's been around a block.
Dude,
if you look up images of her on like, there's a whole spectrum from when she's like, God, she looks like 20 here.
No, dude.
Like, in the most recent picture, she looks like 40, 50, 60. Yeah, something.
No, dude, I'm telling you right now. I used to go to the store. I used to go to the comic book store, and I would get Inuyasha comic books, not manga, like thin comic books of Inuyasha. And it was one chapter.
One chapter. Wow, that's crazy.
By Viz Media. By Viz Media.
Wow.
Okay.
They did Pokemon, Dragon Ball.
I mean, who
Dragon
else?
Ball.
Yeah.
Who else is gonna do that to you for $32.99?
Right? Yeah, $32.99. Yeah, dude. She's been around, man, for a while. Like, I think I have a Maisi Nikoku comic book around here somewhere. I'll find it and take a picture of it. But
yes, send me that. That'd be sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay. So Nana was brought up, and that looks like that is a character that is shared on Danny and Trini's list. So let's talk about Nana. I have no idea who this character is. So fill me in. Let me know why she's great, and why she made it to the list.
Yeah, well, first of all, there's two Nanas. The story's about two girls who are both named Nana, who just kind of happen to meet each other. And the Nana that we're talking about is the stronger, or at least perceived as, definitely as the stronger Nana. And the other one, she calls her Hachiko, because Nana is like
seven.
So she changed her name to 8.
Oh.
And then turned it into Hachiko because she's like a puppy dog, and like
she's very when you first meet Nana, who's like the narrator of the story, she's very like needy. She has a very like dog like personality where like anytime the dog sees its master, they're all like, "Oh, you're home! Like, I'm so glad you're home!" Like that's how Hachi is throughout the whole entire like half of the show, really.
Okay.
But Nana she's pretty much like the badass punk rocker rebel chick.
Yeah.
Yes, love that.
Red lip, black nail polish, short hair, can sing. She's in a band. She goes to Tokyo because she wants to like become a singer on her own. Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
Like so that's story.
Nana Komatsu
Nana
is
Komatsu?
the puppy dog girl.
Okay.
Yes.
Nana Osaku is
Osaku.
yeah.
I'm looking her up. I need to see. Never heard of this. When did this?
Sam, you really need to watch this anime.
Yeah, this is very old.
Oh,
yeah,
like
yeah,
90s.
I love her look,
Yeah.
dude.
So y'all were saying this is on hiatus? It's not done yet, the manga?
Yeah, it's on hiatus. Like back in, I want to say like maybe 6 years ago or something like that.
Oh no.
Maybe even longer. Maybe even longer.
That's fucked up.
The author became ill.
Oh no,
And
dude.
she just never finished it. So
What a travesty.
yeah. The anime is pretty good. I think the anime goes up to 47 episodes.
Nice.
So
Was it like a seasonal situation, or was it just like all the episodes up until we run out of source?
I think
It was like a weekly kind of like.
I think when it ran,
it was because it's like 47 episodes. I don't think it's like it was.
Yeah, I think when it ran, it was like and then it just kept going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You probably think it was a simulcast back in those days.
Yeah. Oh, she smokes.
You know,
she's a smoker.
We
I don't know why, but I love smoking female characters in anime. They're always like my favorite, dude. Like, I don't know, man.
She's a badass.
Yes,
she
I
wears like fucking rings and everything, and
I love her aesthetic going on here. Her design
literally
is super
my aesthetic right now.
cool. Yeah.
Really.
That is.
Yeah, when you described her, I'm like,
wait
noticing
a minute.
similarities here.
Yeah, me too.
So
I
like, what's
noticed
her
the theme.
What's what are like some badass like moments that she has like that really define like her as like a character? Like, what would you say her most badass moment was? Is it something that's if it's something that's like super spoilery? I mean, I don't know if I'll ever peep it, but especially if it's on hiatus. But
I got one. I don't think it'll be
I don't know.
too spoilery.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily like a scene. It's just like why I like her. But basically, they are both from the same town. They meet in that town. Then they both go to Tokyo for their own reasons. They meet in Tokyo, and then they happen to run into each other when they're looking at an apartment, and then move in together. It's all really happens. And Nana Komatsu, Hachiko, is going there because her boyfriend graduated like a year before her, and he's going to school there. So she followed him. And then Nana's going because her boyfriend, this isn't why, but her boyfriend was brought into like a really big band, and then he had to go to Tokyo. And then she went to Tokyo on her own to like, meet, whatever, become famous on her own.
Yeah, do her thing.
But the cool part is like she's got like this very like somber and kind of sad relationship with her boyfriend, and she's also got a lot of like interpersonal like relationship issues of her own, but no matter what, she's still like this indomitable like pillar of support and strength for other Nana. Yeah, and so like I mean she's super badass. Like she has all this shit going on, and she's still just like handling shit and
grounded,
being there for everyone else.
Like level-headed, like despite what her history, like 'cause it's very easy to I feel like for anybody, characters or like real people in general to like whatever traumatic situation or whatever, like, less than desirable situation that they came up with in their origin, to turn them into a character not, like maybe that's kind of like the opposite of what you're describing this Nana person to be. You know what I mean? So when you have characters that have that kind of history and still ended up as incredible characters anyway that you can look up to, that says a lot about their character, I feel like. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and when I was talking to Trina here earlier today, just about like, what are you kind of thinking about doing here? Just kind of, probing a little bit. And she said, well, I don't want to do anything like what you guys normally would do. I want to, kind of, take some pocket picks,
hell yeah.
And I was like, yes, please do. Like, that's so great to, have these other perspectives, because you can be badass so many ways within your real life, regular life, dealing with regular life situations. And
you don't just have to be a strong fighter or a warrior.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly. And there's so many other angles you can take this, and like, especially being like a pillar of support for somebody else. That's very badass, especially when you have a lot of your own issues to deal with, like it's great to just have another perspective there.
Yeah.
So
a lot of shit goes down too, man. A lot of shit goes down in that anime. Like it's a shoujo. I think it's more of like,
is it a shoujo? I was going to ask what genre it was.
It's a shoujo. It's definitely heavy.
Sounds more like a josei.
Drama. It's drama
it's
heavy.
Like right on the border.
Sure.
It's very drama heavy for sure. And that's why like I love the romance
and
drama.
Like
drama.
like...
Yeah. The drama genre is phenomenal for me, and I love it. And when Sam, asked me to come on this podcast, and I'm like, so like, it's any badass woman, right?
Yes.
And she's like,
in any regard.
Like, okay, we're gonna bring this shit. We're not gonna talk about like a lot of shonen badass women or anything. We're gonna talk about real shit.
I love that.
We appreciate
I love that.
because
I couldn't do it because I'm not in those genres. So it's
exactly
great to have
right.
you guys here because
Definitely.
now y'all are putting us on to some other shit
Definitely.
that we, you know what I'm
Hell
saying?
yeah.
Hell yeah, I love
Hell
that.
yeah.
Yeah, Nana and her, she just looks so fucking cool. Like just off this Google search that I did, I just want to watch this series because she looks so awesome.
Yeah, the artwork
Watch
for
party.
the manga and even the anime, it goes hand in hand, and it's just beautifully drawn. The same author actually did another like mini series called Paradise Kiss, and there is actually a character in there. Her name's Isabella. She's more of a side character, but she's trans.
Nice.
And
I love Paradise Kiss, by the way.
Paradise Kiss.
Yeah, Paradise Kiss is another really good one. But just like a short like closing on the same like relation of the author for Nana and Paradise Kiss, Isabella, like I the reason why she's on my list is because one, she is trans and my best friend Sam is trans. So like I and her story alone in Paradise Kiss is just, it's very a tearjerker, and you understand where she comes from and what she wants to do, because she wants to be a pattern maker. So, and like Paradise Kiss is about fashion, whereas Nana is about music. So, and it's very for the author, it's very theme related when she creates these stories. So again, like an author like that, like especially, you know, with Rumiko Takahashi with her Inuyasha and Ranma, and then we have this author for like very themed, you know, music, fashion, very feminist things to talk about, really. So
I love that.
It's great.
Hell yeah, 100%.
That's fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Nana,
Awesome.
okay. All right, Sam. What you got, sis?
What?
Right
now?
Yeah,
right now.
Who we looking at next?
You know, I thought
Bitch,
Danny was so
let's go.
fucking going.
Let's go, bitch. Come on.
Oh,
Come on. Come
Watch
at
it.
me.
Watch
Come on,
it.
let's go.
Hey, you got to get through me, technically, the way that these video boxes are structured. So, like, I don't know.
No, that's fine.
The Looney
I'ma get
Tunes,
her-
like,
I'ma
fight
get her
cloud that, like, you get sucked into.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
All right. Who we looking at?
Dude, I had to put Claire from Glipnir.
Dude, I started
Word.
watching Glepnir, like,
Word.
recently. Claire, is she
we watched
the one?
episode 1 and
She's
watched
the
watched,
one
like,
that
the
goes
first
inside the
3.
costume.
Yeah, with the main character.
She's the main character.
Yeah, okay.
She is, man, so like
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well, for a second, I thought you froze. I'm
That
like, holy
Yeah, like,
that powerful, huh? That powerful.
I love this pick, though.
So yeah, Glipnir is crazy. Okay, and
it
it's
seems like it.
and it's not like super like, you know, like, you know, but it's really actiony, and you know what I mean. But it's also really the way I relate it to Claire. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. Okay, we're just gonna fucking say it. I don't
Let's
really
go.
give a shit right now. I last week.
You wanted to fuck her, didn't you?
Okay, shut up. No,
Sam's always ready for that.
yeah, pretty much. Last week for about 10 minutes, I got super suicidal. And last month, about 3 different times, I got really close again.
Wow.
And the only reason I can talk about it so openly now is because I'm doing way better.
That's so
Hell
good.
yeah.
And
That's so
there's
good to
something, yeah. And you know what? Like, I have everyone here to thank for that. Number one. Number two. There's something something that I'm down on myself all the time is my strength, and I always have my friends, like, and even a lot of my listeners, they're like, "No, dude, you're pretty strong. Like, you can do it." And sometimes that's all I need.
Yeah.
But for Claire, you know, at the beginning of the show in manga, like, she's gonna fucking kill herself.
Yeah.
And then she meets Shuichi and realizes, oh, you're a monster. Well, I'm just gonna use you to find my sister, whatever. But then later, like, she forms this bond with him, and she like immediately resolves to be like, know what? I'm gonna be strong with you.
I got this. Yeah.
And if you die, I'll die.
Wow.
Period. And that is like some major resolve for a 16, 17
right.
year old.
And that's when they first meet in the series. I think I actually remember, because I think the anime does it a little bit differently than the manga does it. For some reason, I feel like it's that way.
Well, so, Claire's name isn't Claire in the manga. It's a different name.
Wow.
I looked it up.
Wow.
I don't remember what it is.
I don't know why they did that.
Yeah,
I thought that was fucking weird. I was like, okay.
Yeah. But I do remember in the Side of the Glettner episodes that I watched that it was like a situation where once we started to get like the initial characterization for Claire, that was a major part of like her like original explanation or like origin, like kind of like situation that we get in those first couple episodes, is that she was suicidal. And then she gets in the fucking cartoon cat mech with Shuichi. Right?
So
Yep.
Yeah, fucking the Glip. I forgot what the name of the mascot is. I think it is Glipnir or something. But like, in the manga, depending on the translation you read, I guess they say it Romaji, so it's spelled Kurea, Kurea.
Yeah.
So Claire Kurea.
Yeah.
Kurea. Dude, and if you know what it's like, I'm just telling the listeners, because I don't know what you guys go through. Nobody knows what anyone else goes through. Yeah. But just the listeners out there right now, if you've been on that edge and you've come back, you are fucking strong.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That's a really
for
big
real.
Deal.
That is a huge deal.
Shout out to y'all.
I had to put her on my list because of that. Because that's something. Because I'm catching up with the show right now.
Yeah.
For our spring review, and I just like had to think about that.
I love picks like that like resonate on like a level that deep, with the people who
that's always important.
Yeah. It's always, like in one of the previous tie-in episodes that we did, one of the more recent ones, the Child Demons episode that we did, Sensei Inc. was guesting on that episode, and he wanted to talk about like Naruto for a little bit, and talked about like the scene with Naruto meeting Kushina for the first time, you know what I'm saying, and having that conversation with his mother, you know what I'm saying. And we talked about that on the emotional episode, or the hardest hitting emotional scenes in anime episode that we did. But like when Sin, talked about it on the Child Demons episode, it resonated with him on a deeper level, because he watched that in Naruto, like coincidentally, like right after his mother had passed. So like when we dude. So like when we had that conversation, it was like it's like those are moments in podcasting where, like, one, we're getting to know each other a little bit better, and it's like this is a great conversational atmosphere. I feel like to do that, if you are ready to have that kind of conversation the way that we are right now, and I just feel like for episodes, like it brings such a deeper dynamic to the conversation when we can talk about shit like that. And
definitely.
And I can talk about it because I'm feeling a lot better right now, and I'm surrounded by people who I know care about me. So like,
we're a family.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
So like, and
cheers to that.
Yes.
And I've seen comments from your guys.
Yes. Gunplay.
Just toilet paper.
Coffee cup.
I thought it was something. Just toilet paper.
You literally just passed it off as like a mug or something.
Holy shit.
Sam, I almost spit out my beer.
Exposed.
No, I've seen comments from your listeners excited to like see me on there, and I'm like, wow, these are like, there's a whole different audience from mine, and they're just like excited to see me. That makes me feel really good.
We have such amazing conversations together.
We do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Every time you've been on the show, it's been an incredible conversation, and I swear to God, every time you've been on the show, after we're done recording, we're all like, "Bro, this is the best conversation we've ever had."
Dude, I'm telling you right now, and I'll just seriously, if you come back from that edge, you're a fucking warrior. You're a fucking a champion for sure.
Yes.
So
hell yeah.
Love that.
All right. Nice.
put a dot on it, dude.
Yes. Okay. Wonderful. So Claire from Glettner, amazing pick. I believe Nickums, we haven't heard from you yet.
Ah, yes.
What you got for us, Di?
Yeah, it's getting hard to keep track.
I remember.
And then Kiko's the last one.
Kiko hasn't gone yet either.
I'll go.
We'll go around again. Yeah.
And then the rotation starts over.
Yeah. So I'm super excited for mine or whatever. So character from Dora Hedoro, new anime that came out in the winter or whatever. And we're talking about Noi.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes.
She's on mine too. She's on mine
She's
too.
on mine.
Yes,
She's on
good. I'm so
mine.
happy.
Yes.
So let's start off
ass.
with let's start off with the manga. You know, the anime itself, written by a woman, Kyu Hayashida.
Yes.
Yeah.
So right already there, we're in the right track.
Yeah.
I from the beginning when you see her, you know what I mean. She's wearing a mask. So magic users in the Dorohedoro universe, you know, they wear masks just in the whole, you know, all the magic users, they wear masks to amplify their magic power. So the first time you see Noi, all you see is this beefy, muscular, immense person, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just huge. And when she first takes off her mask, you know what I mean? And she's got this flowing hair and she's gorgeous, she's beautiful, and you're just like, oh my fucking god, she's like jacked and
this is a great pick.
It's getting steamy over there.
Yeah, right.
Hold on, I'm turning on my air multiplier. 1 sec. There we go.
All good.
I had to put it on F5.
Yeah. So to go deeper, her magic ability. So all the magicians, all the sorcerers in Dorohedoro have like a different magic type, and there's maybe overlap. I'm not really sure. I don't remember. But anyway, hers is healing magic. Healing magic, which in this universe is incredibly rare.
Yeah.
But she doesn't use it all the time. As like, I'm just a support character. You go for it. I'm gonna heal you or whatever. They do crazy shit, you know what I mean? Like her and her partner, like they gotta apprehend some dude. So Shin, her partner, let's say he's just gonna obliterate this dude. It doesn't matter because Noi can heal him and heal the perpetrator, you know what I mean? And then they can save their life or whatever, you know what I mean?
Right.
Or she just is totally fearless because her healing ability
is so
you don't even need
drastic.
to use it. Yeah, you don't even need to use it like intentionally. For her, it like auto activates, you know what I mean? So she's like basically invincible. I mean, she's not invincible, but you know, more or less like high ability. She's like Josuke from JoJo Part 4. Like he uses the healing it offensively, you know what I mean? So sick. And the only go for it, Eagle.
Well, I was just gonna, she can heal herself actually though. Unlike
Yeah, she can. Yeah,
She can regenerate.
Josuke cannot heal himself, but yeah, she can heal herself. I feel like one of the, and this is like, I guess a spoiler if you've never seen the show, but it is, you know, released in anime form, so I don't personally consider it a spoiler or anything.
If it's anime, it's fair.
Yeah. But
this is how fucked up people are. Like I Google her on images, and like one of the first things I see is this picture of like a ruler around her tits.
You found the hentai right away.
4 centimeters.
Yeah. All right.
Fuck? Like,
oh, she's got a big chest because she's beefy.
And along those lines, I just when I just looked at her up just for fun here, I mean, I saw that she's 6'10" and 273 pounds.
Let's go.
She's immense. Yeah. She will fuck
she
you
is
up.
273.
273. She will beat the brakes off Brock Lesnar just on physical. Just on physical.
Oh, she will.
Ability.
She will.
Yes.
She will.
Yes.
And I would love every minute of that.
Yes, I will pay for that.
Yes, I would pay. I would pay to watch that.
Top dollars. But yes, so you were about to talk
this,
about like a super badass moment.
Yeah.
Right?
So this moment, the moment for me that really sold Noi for me for sure is so in this universe, a magic user can become a devil. Devils are like these like god-like beings. You know what I mean? They're
Her
like
origin.
super.
That's kind of her origin story.
Yes. It's like the flashback or whatever. Yeah. And so she's doing devil training. So in devil training, you take an exam and then you wear this armor, this super heavy, clinky armor. You know what I mean? And you have to wear it for an entire year, and you cannot use your magic for an entire year. You know what I mean? And so she's going through this training. It's fine. You know, if someone comes up to her, she just beats the shit out of them. No big deal. You know what I mean? The very, very, very last day of her training, and again, spoilers, very last day of her training, someone very important to her, I guess I won't make it super spoilery, but someone very important to her is dying. And they're like, no, like, just don't leave me, you know what I mean? Like, don't waste this devil training on me.
Don't fuck up your training.
Yeah, don't fuck up your training. And she's like, no, like, I'm gonna heal you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna abandon all of this work and I'm gonna heal you because
on the very
she's just
last
so
day.
badass,
Yes,
dude. She's so sick. one of the best characters I've seen in so long.
Yes,
oh my
very
god,
strong in her convictions.
Yeah.
Very
honorable
like
mention
that,
from
where-
Dorohedoro, Nikaido.
Dude, I swear to God, bro.
Some dumplings, mommy.
When I first started fucking reading Dorohedoro, bro, and I think it's chapter 2, she has the fucking cover, and she's got her skateboard with her fucking like janitor
so
fucking like
sick.
jumpsuit on, zipped
Janitor
halfway down
jumpsuit.
with her fucking hair, and there's like a whole bunch of like pigs or some shit like hung up behind her or
Sure,
whatever.
sure.
That was just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
an amazing like second like chapter like shit, and I'm like looking at her and I'm like, oh my god, I have like waifu already in this fucking series. Like yeah, and like I see the skateboard and I'm like, oh my god, because I skated for like, I don't know if anybody knows that out there, but I skated for like 12 years of my fucking life. So like, I'm like, oh,
it
skate.
wasn't any good.
Relax. All right, we got footage now. And you want to know what? I'll put that in the description for you guys. Since you want to talk shit, if you want to see me skating, visit the description. Okay.
Actually, send me to that when we're done.
I got you. Okay. But I loved her introduction. I loved everything about Nikaido when I saw her, and like when I'm looking at that fucking like second like chapter cover story and I see the skateboard and I just see the aesthetic, I just hear like I just hear Superman by Goldfinger in like the background like in my head, like, and here I am doing everything I can.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
So,
and
so
like
Nikaido,
Tony Hawk.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1,
Nikaido is definitely. Oh, I was gonna say definitely Nikaido is a character that obviously belongs on any one of these lists.
Yes.
But I feel like if you want to know about Nikaido, you got to read it. We can't be spoiling Nikaido on this channel. And I'm not saying we are. I'm just saying that like that's why I didn't bring up Nikaido, because like Nikaido, like that's like you can't even.
You can't.
It's just
You can't touch that yet.
You need to experience the story of Nikaido.
Yeah.
So
But
get into Toradoro. Go watch it.
If you want a relatively comprehensive recommendation for Dorohedoro, then check out Anitube Khan's playlist of panels. Manga You Should Be Reading in 2020 was a panel that we did on that during that virtual convention, and Dorohedoro is brought up with a non-spoiler review and recommendation. So
Anime You Should Be Watching in 2020 panel on
yes.
Also brought up Dorohedoro
yes.
too. Hell yeah.
Yes. Led by Anime Summit. Yes, absolutely. That was an amazing weekend.
Hell yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
Going back to that moment Nickham's brought up, anytime a character, I'm definitely probably gonna have to peep this, because anytime a character has the resolve to to throw away a lot of work that they've put in for the sake of somebody else, like that to me hits.
Yes, it always hits, doesn't it? It always hits super hard when those happens.
But I'm basic as fuck. So
like fucking like Knuckle and Pot Clean at in the Chimera Ant saga.
Yes, exactly.
Tell me that wasn't
For
one of the
morale,
hardest scenes in the entirety of that fucking arc.
Against Yuppie?
Yes, absolutely.
I will dispel it.
Yes,
Fine.
all of that shit. Those scenes are always incredible. Fuck yeah. Noise a great pick. That's got me wanting to jump back into Dorohedoro, because I'm not that far, but I need to go back through and finish.
I actually just saw it on Netflix a day or two ago.
It's good.
And I was like, man, I should peep this, because the description sounded kind of fire.
Yeah.
Oh, you get in there for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, Kiko, you're up. What we got?
So I got the two picks that I like really want to focus on. I'm gonna say my second one if we get to a second round, whatever. But they're kind of more basic picks, so like I feel like everybody can kind of participate. Mainly because I just personally, these conversations, I just want everybody to be involved. I like that to have as much broad that I can do here, and so I'm gonna take a page out of our girl Sam's book here, and because I am a Catface Johnson or whatever you say. Is that right?
I think that's right. Yeah, Catface Johnson.
That's right. Catface Johnson or Catface Joanne for a girl.
Yeah, that's her thing.
Okay.
Catface Joanne.
Well, I'm a 3 times Catface Johnson. I got 3 of these little buggers running around here. So I'm going to pick Yoruichi Shihoin.
Let's go.
Transform into a black cat. If you can transform into a black cat, you're badass to me.
Yes.
I just personally, I always really liked her character being that everybody in the show has a weapon and she doesn't, and she'll just beat the brakes off you.
Yes.
That was super tight to me right away. And she was like from the assassin squad, whatever.
Flashmaster's Yoruichi. That's what they call it, right?
Yeah.
Because she's the fastest one, dude.
Flash goddess or
Flash goddess. It depends on your translation, I'm sure, but like,
sure.
She's cold.
Well, and
She's a cold piece.
Yes.
I gotta say, my Bleach expertise stops at around. Not really. So at the end of Aizen is like when I officially stopped reading. You know, but like I kept an eye on it for a long time, and I saw, you know, like I read chapters here and there, like Kenpachi's Bankai and stuff like that.
Yeah, like inside
a
1,000 Year. Yeah.
Yeah. But so
bro.
I don't. Well, hey, that's not.
Wait, what'd you say?
I didn't say what it was.
Just
you know.
Right.
But anyway, like I always love
Big
tactical
spoiler
and
season
strategic
right now.
geniuses. No, I mean no, it isn't. I
Dude,
didn't say what
1,000
it
Year
was.
Blood War is like so old. Like,
Yeah, I mean that
it's
too.
like, yeah, like.
Well, I mean, we are getting an anime for it soon, so
Yeah,
I
Nick.
maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, Nick. Anyway, continue, Kiko.
I feel like you're talking to our Nick when you
Oh,
said
yeah,
that.
yeah, because you guys have a Nick too.
I'm like, what did I do?
Yeah, him too, actually. Yeah, Nick.
Yeah, both of them. Yeah, bitches. Fuck y'all.
Even when he's not here,
But
it's
yeah.
his fault.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
I mean, that's kind of mostly it. I mean, I love that she, like I said earlier, like she's, you know, hand to hand, even though she does have a Zanpakuto, clearly. I mean, she was a captain of the second squad or, you know, the assassin squad, whatever.
No, that was Soifon. That was the captain of second.
No. She was the captain 100 years before.
Oh,
Soifon.
yeah. Okay. I'm tweaking. I'm tweaking. My bad.
Yeah.
We should talk about
and-
Soifon
and-
too. If we're gonna
like-
talk about Yoichi though.
Oh, girl
Yeah.
is like her apprentice or some shit.
Well, they both kind of like go hand in hand.
Soifon.
They have history together.
or her right hand, kind of.
Yeah. And then Yoruichi.
Yeah,
leaves.
I don't think Soifon was her lieutenant back then. I think it was still Omaida, the dude with the big ass fucking like mace ball.
It was Omaida.
But she was
Yeah.
like a mentee, like Yorichi was.
Yeah.
They were in the same gang,
Yoruichi
for
was
sure.
definitely.
Yeah.
No, Yoruichi definitely mentored Soifon and definitely like, you know, trained her up. But
I'm not one to like
like-
speak expertly on Bleach either. Like I've definitely seen it, but it's like it's one of those where like everything else that I usually talk about I've seen multiple times. Bleach is one that,
Sure.
like, I only have memories from like childhood for. You know what I mean? So,
exactly. And that's the thing too. My memories on it are pretty hazy too. Even though like I loved Bleach up till Aizen's death, you know, like aside from the filler. So it's like I watched that whole thing probably 2 or 3 times, I want to say. Yeah, like and after that, you know, there's some good, there's some bad, whatever. I'm not going to get into that.
Yeah.
But I just how badass do you got to be to have a Zanpakuto, but you just leave that bitch at the crib? I don't need that shit. I don't need
Everybody's
it.
got one,
Yeah.
but like I didn't need to bring mine. Like,
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
still fucking with y'all. Like, what's cracking?
Yeah, I got the heat in the trunk if I gotta go get it.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm just gonna deal with you hand to hand, and
Yes.
you know, turn up with some lightning wings or whatever the hell happens to her, which the Shunko, the flash, whatever the shit is.
That's Soifon's shit.
Which is super.
That's Soifon's
That's just a
shit,
huge
too.
testament.
The Shunko is
Yeah, go ahead,
Soifon.
Eagle.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
That's just a huge testament to her strength overall. Like if she don't even got to bring the sword out in a world where motherfuckers are constantly using swords, so like I'll just flash step on your ass, backhand the fuck out of you.
Yeah, all of you
And
guys are
everybody
shonen
has a
big sword
weapons or-
protagonists. Oh, I don't need to fit in with you guys.
Well,
like,
and most are swords, but it's not even like Quincy's got bows. Like everybody's got a weapon, right?
Yeah,
Like everybody's got some kind of weapon
Yeah.
in Bleach. There's almost no hand-to-hand fighters. Like the Adenkar, like are until they like release their sword and then they
Right.
become some crazy ass
other
whatever.
shit.
But some, but most of them really don't either. Like it's like she's
Yeah.
like the only one. So I felt like that was a good pick, and some feats that she had that I just remember. You know, like I remember when Yami and Ukiyo came to fight Ichigo, like I think the first time or whatever, and like smacked him around and like smacked up Orihime too, like everybody or whatever, and then like Urahara and fucking Yorichi like come down. They really did. I'm pretty sure they smacked up Chad too.
Yeah.
Like,
came in doing damage.
Sato.
Sato.
Yeah, Sato-kun. Yeah. And then like Yorichi comes in and he like tries to swing at her and she just grabs his fucking big hulky ass arm, stops the shit clean, like flips him over and just like slams him into the ground like one-handed. You're like,
oh
whoa,
shit!
Hell yeah, you know, like this. Hey, and my favorite moments in anime period is somebody getting slammed. Like I don't like people getting
love the body
is great.
slam.
People getting cut, great. Like I just want people to get like Blackbeard grabbing their face and smashing into the ground, something like that. Like that's my favorite. You get in your head or your whole body just smash into the ground. So like when she just flipped his whole big ass over and slammed him like I don't know,
breaking the pavement, breaking the
sidewalk, putting him like deep into the ground. I'm like. Yes,
Frankie and Senior Pink fight was so badass, man.
Yeah, because it was just back-to-back suplexes
again, bro.
Yeah,
just
and just like I don't know, female like martial artists. You know what I'm saying? Like inside of like anime and manga are always like going to draw, you know, like my eye and whatnot, and that's why it's like cool to like bring up Soifon in the same breath because like they have an amazing fight together, and like Soifon obviously like I'm pretty sure I remember that like besides her release forms, you know, she's basically just like integrated keto into her martial arts, right? So she. And you know, so she's like a hand-to-hand type, you know, person first as well, too, right? And they obviously, and she obviously has history with Yoruichi and whatnot, and their upbringing inside of the Soul Society and whatnot. But I'm just like remembering that fight that they have now too. Oh my God, right? So like Soifon, like I think right because Yoruichi.
The excitement.
Yeah. I'm remembering it right now. This shit was so hype. This shit was so hype because she pulls up with like 9 ninjas. She pulls up with like 9 ninjas behind her, and then Yoruichi like flexes her fucking spiritual pressure and evaporates like all of the ninjas. Or actually, no.
So that's what it's supposed to look like.
But she's actually moving. Yeah, her shundo. Yeah. And then you can't see it. And then Soifon is like, oh yeah, she's a master of the flash step, like Flash Master Yoruichi. That's right. Oh my God, that shit was so lit, bro.
So sorry. It's Shunpo in Bleach. It's Shundo in Negima and UQ Holder. Yes.
Oh my God, dude, Yoruichi is such a good pick. I'm gonna make her the thumbnail, I think.
Yeah, that's a good pick. It's a good pick.
That's a solid pick.
Definitely. So,
absolutely.
I mean, anybody else got anything to say about her? I mean, I always just thought she was super badass. Thought it was a good pick.
I'm horny.
Okay, so we're getting kind of like close on time here, so I kind of feel like for the last couple minutes here of the conversation, we should go around and just like list off lightly any kind of like lightning round picks that we want to make sure that we mention in this second part of this conversation, whether it's just to drop a name or to drop a name and have like a very light moment to kind of like highlight that character. But I don't think that the time will allow us to really go around again how we kind of like wanted. But of course, that gives us an opportunity for a part 3. So if that's something that you guys would like to see, drop it in the comments down below. Let us know you want us to revisit this topic anytime sooner than whenever we eventually get to it. But as far as lightning picks go, who does anyone want to honorably mention from their list that we didn't get to like go in depth on tonight?
Well, I'll just
go ahead. No, go ahead, Danny. Go ahead, Danny.
Okay. My 2 picks is the first one is going to be Twilight Suzuka from Outlaw Star.
Woo! Yeah, dude.
I did that last one.
Yes.
Kiko did Aisha Clan.
I love Outlaw Star. Okay. Both of them.
Yeah, that's his jam.
Sure.
Yeah.
Aisha Clan, she's my girl. She's best girl for me when I was growing up when I first watched it. But I just want to talk about like Twilight Suzuka, like her backstory, and she's just a fucking like. There's no question, no explanation. She's just a badass.
And I feel like Outlaw Star was really good on that, on like really putting female characters in the forefront. And obviously, you have a character
good
like
storytelling,
Jean, great storytelling, and you have a character
Hilda
like Jean.
Too. Hilda's overlooked.
Hilda, yeah.
Hot Eyes Hilda too, so good.
But I just feel like Outlaw Star was just so good at like making sure that they overshadowed, you know, the prominent male characters in the series with super badass female characters to at least bring it to a level where it felt balanced. But most of the time I felt like very often in the show the female characters were stealing the scene from constantly. I feel like Outlaw Star was really good for that because Jean, you know, obviously is just like a bumbling, jovial. He did what he needed to do when he needed to, but like he didn't have like, you know, he didn't have the same aura or the same vibe as like the really dominant female characters inside the series. And I think that was really well done by Outlaw Star. Yeah.
I mean, you can talk about Suzuka a lot because Suzuka is probably the most badass in the series. But like the scene, the one scene that always sticks out to me is when Aisha had to go like be Firecat and fight in
the wrestling comp.
The wrestling comp, and she has to fight the werewolf girl, whatever her name is. I don't remember from the on 10-7. Yeah. And at the end, after she beats him and she's standing on top of them and they're both transformed into their forms.
Dominance.
Jean's sitting on the ground like, you know what? I always fucking like fuck with her and pick fun at her and joke at her. But you know what? I'm not gonna fuck with her anymore. She really proved to me she's a champion. Like she is a champion. She really is the strongest. And like I teared up during that. I remember watching that and I was like, hell yeah. Like that shit was so powerful.
I ain't used to this.
I know, this is weird. This is different.
But I love it so much. Absolutely. That's an incredible.
I gotta rewatch that show, man.
Yeah.
Watch party.
Blu-ray.
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah.
And read the manga too, because it's like Trigun, where it's like like where like the manga goes a little bit more in depth. Yeah, it's very similar with like Trigun, and there's a lot of extra shit going on. So I would recommend reading both those manga. Yeah,
absolutely. Nice. You said you had another lightning round.
Yeah, my last one is Anna Liebert. From
Monster.
Ooh.
Jesus Christ.
Our manga book club we're reading it right now.
Oh hell yeah.
And oh boy, like
that's a good one. That's a good one.
If you want a villain, like I've never been I've been terrified of some fictional villains, but Johan, like he terrifies me.
Yeah.
Like the stuff that he does in the manga right now, like my heart is racing right now because
just thinking about it.
Oh man.
Urasawa, man.
But Anna,
hell yeah.
Anna.
That for me is why, man.
She's just a badass, and how. Like how much PTSD she has, and when she finally meets up with her brother, and she's all like, "I have that's it. I have to kill him now. I have to finish what I tried to do when I was a kid."
Right.
So right now, like where I'm at right now, she's not having a lot of panel time really. I don't know when her character starts to show up more in the manga, but I'm excited. Like right now,
that is,
Johan is with the old guy in the wheelchair. Like he's plotting something real big and everything, and like he's hanging around with those little kids, and I'm just all like, fuck, god damn it, you fucking terrified me so much. Like,
She definitely will come back in a big way later in the story for sure.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think my favorite moment right now was when she met the girl with the glasses. I think her name is Lot. I think that's how you pronounce her name.
Yeah.
Latte, yeah. And they went like to that club to dance because she's all like, "Hey, I got tickets. You want to come with me and hang out?" And like. That drunk guy was harassing Latte, and Anna just like power slammed him to the ground and everything.
Because she does Aikido. She does Aikido as well.
Yeah. So I was like, oh man, I can't wait. I can't wait.
She's got that
fighting.
In a very non-spoiler way. She's got that classic like I'm going to school. I'm going to college for like a law degree, and also like I have a part-time job, and I'm such a good daughter to my adopted parents or whatever. Like she's just like badass in a mundane way, you know what I mean? Like it's really hard to like go to college and work a part-time job at the same time, whatever. And then she gets this shit dropped on her that like, oh yeah, like your twin brother is literally like a serial murderer. Like you should maybe think about this or whatever. It's like oh shit. Oh, okay.
All right.
I'm excited to watch it. Like I want to read all of it first before I watch the anime. The show.
The anime is very good, and it's Madhouse, so it's like super high quality anime. Definitely watch it at some point. Highly recommended.
Yes. I'm excited.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Does anybody
Trini,
else
what's up?
Yeah, what's up? Do you have any more that you wanted to lightly touch on before the end of the show?
Yeah. I don't remember who they are though.
If you want to think about it, for a sec, we can go around and come back to you. Yeah.
You go.
Fire them off.
No, I got it.
I just got three quick ones I want to bring.
All right, Trini's got it. No, Trini's got it. She's got it.
Okay, go ahead.
I got it.
Bag.
So, first one, Akane Tsunemori from Psycho-Pass.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's got like.
Let me remember.
She's like a really idealistic police officer, and the whole point of the show is it's a super dystopian, like Philip K. Dick.
Yeah, very Philip K. Dick.
Yeah, like just like.
Uh-oh. Hold on 1 second. All right,
Hold on, bro.
No, we're
Sorry.
good. We're good.
Yep.
No, we're good. We're good. Yeah, keep going.
Yeah, so like the whole point is like everybody's really disillusioned because it's really dangerous and people are dying and it's on like obviously a system that's supposed to have no flaws but obviously has a bunch.
Yeah.
And
Hey,
so
I've heard
a lot
that
of
before.
injustice. She sees a lot of injustice. And they even show other detectives who like fall below what's considered like a healthy level based on their system because of the horrible and traumatic things that they see, and like this just doesn't happen to her because she's so idealistic, like in that just classic Japanese way.
Yeah. That's a good one. Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
Did you have any other ones that you wanted to like kind of like just like lightly bring up or?
Oh yeah, Emma from
from
Neverland.
Oh yeah, Emma. Yes.
Yeah, and the biggest reason is because she's like an exact like shonen protagonist, but she's a girl.
Yes, she's very like staunchly
perseverance, bro.
Like you know what I mean. Like she is very
athletic, instinctual, charismatic,
good at any cost. Good at any cost.
Right. She's incorruptible. She's incorruptible.
Yeah.
She's very staunchly resolute, like in her ideals and in her
never gives up.
Never gives up, and influences every other character around her. Whenever she is, the focus of a scene, everyone else around her can't help but be like, I have to follow this person. You know what I mean?
100%.
And it's so cool to see in such a like a desperate, like, kind of like situation as in like The Promised Neverland, where you're like, there is no reason why we should literally like ever think that we should approach this demon situation in the way that Emma is proposing. But she's proposing it in a way that like we can't argue with for some reason. So like we're on board. Oh, Captain, my Captain, like I got you. Yeah, you know what I mean? And it's like it's so cool to see that. Yeah.
Don't ever tell her that you can't do something, because she will find a way to do it.
Yeah. Or she will find a way to bring it out of you to do it if you think that you can't do something. Yeah.
Love that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Super badass.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Eagle, you said that you had some that you wanted to list off.
Yeah, I got a couple here. I got like one solo and then kind of like a tandem one that I want to bring up. So, real quick, Karino Shuka from Darwin's Game.
Oh wow, I haven't done that yet.
Hell yeah.
And I would recommend watching it on Crunchyroll. It's pretty fucking good. It's pretty entertaining, and just like the game aspect of it is like, I'm a gamer, so like anything like that is really near and dear to my heart. Like Greed Island is my favorite arc in Hunter x Hunter because of that the RPG
game aspect,
feel, like
MMO.
anything.
Love me some Greed.
Goated for me. Yeah. So Shuka, basically, she's a badass. She's a badass female. Before the main character Kaname enters the game, she is the highest earning player. She's undefeated in duels between fucking, players. Right. And she's basically she's known throughout the entire game as like somebody you do not want to fuck with.
Yeah, I love that.
And her ability is basically badass as fuck. She's got these two
gauntlet
type things, I guess, for lack of a better word.
But they have chains that come out like
chains
Scorpion.
attached to them. She can.
Oh, she's like the Reaper class in Terra.
She can freely manipulate and control these
the Reaper
chains
class
and
in
swing
Terra.
around like Spider-Man and shit. She can send them at you in different directions and just do all types of crazy shit, bro.
That's awesome. Love that.
She's fucking badass.
Yes.
And then the tandem one I had to bring up is these are both Naruto picks, and like they're kind of characters that are really often like juxtaposed against each other.
Yeah.
But I think they're both badass in their own aspects, which is Hinata Hyuga and Sakura Haruno.
Yes.
And
for sure, definitely.
Need more like Sakura love out there because she gets so slandered.
Controversial character. She gets hated on a lot because of like certain aspects of her character where she's like, oh, Sasuke.
Right. I mean, Kishimoto could have did more with both.
Yeah, for sure.
That.
For sure.
But I'm sure you got a lot of good points.
She did some incredible things, like her level as a healing ninja. The fact that she mastered the 100 healings technique.
Bro, Sakura's
so
got
young.
feats, bro.
Right.
Good
so
feats,
young.
bro. Yeah.
Yes, and her level of strength, like the first time in the Ninja War when I seen her strength, and like even the first Hokage, commended her and said like, "Yo, she's might be stronger than Suna."
Yeah.
And Hinata, a character, you know, going back to something Kiko mentioned earlier about characters who, even when they're going through like their own trauma, are a pillar of support for another character. So Hinata, while going through her own trauma, like, and her own inferiority complex with like Neji,
with
right?
the rest of her clan.
She is a pillar of support for Naruto. And like, there's a couple different times in the series where they have some dialogue together where she says some really motivational shit for him.
She's got great dialogue, dude. She's got great dialogue. Yeah.
And even against like all the struggle she's against, like by the end of the series, I would say like you could put her up against Neji toe to toe and she's doing the damn thing to him. Like she
like
mastered the rotation technique just like he did. She fucking got 64 fucking palms, 124 fucking
She
palms.
got like different techniques.
She got that fucking tiger fish shit.
Tiger fist. That was something different than Neji had. Yeah.
And like the resolve she had to go up against pain. To ride
got her ass twirled around and
you know she got handled. But like that resolve, bro, you gotta respect
very
that.
good. Very
She's
good.
Definitely.
Love that.
Hey, I was so shook when she jumped out the cut and started trying to swing on fucking Pain. I was like, whoa, what is she doing?
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, what's going on here?
This is too much. This is too much for you. Calm down.
Love that.
But no, that man, Hinata was like basically like shunned as like she was supposed to be like the head princess, but Hanabi, her younger sister, was stronger than her. And so they were like, the dad was like, no, get the fuck out, and gave her to Kurenai is her name. Yeah, her is like Kurenai, like, hey, just take her, figure her out, whatever. I don't give a fuck because I'm working on the next one. Because she's trash basically, and that's
Naruto became such a soap opera and shit.
Hanabi. Hanabi.
Yeah, I love that. Hinata and Sakura are great to bring up here. I want to throw one out there just because I just thought of it, and it's like, Mirko from My Hero Academia. What, dude? We have to lightly touch on Mirko. I'm so surprised none of y'all brought that one. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Mirko, Sakura. I just want to say,
yeah.
I didn't want to do things too deep in the manga world. That's why I didn't pick it. Because honestly,
for Mirko,
because Mirko is probably a top 5 for me. I mean, Mirko is one of the
thing about Mirko that I just want to say is obviously, like, you know, it's not going to be too spoilery, but just like her like character like inside of My Hero Academia is very, you know, like it's not, you know, she doesn't have. And one thing that My Hero Academia, and I feel like a lot of newer gen like shonens do really well, and another one that I wanted to lightning round too was like M.A.N.G.A from Jujutsu Kaisen. And the reason why I wanted to bring them up, is because they don't adhere to, you know, that like typical shonen like, you know, female character archetype mold.
Yeah, they're not healers.
Yeah, you know, they're not healers. They're not damsels in distress. You know what I'm saying? They're very
taijutsu.
Yeah, they're very much pack leaders. You know what I'm saying? And like when you see Mirko,
that too.
Yeah, when you see Mirko activate in, you know, in ways that like are so like unorthodox for like female characters in the shonen genre, it's always like a very incredible scene, right? And you see her with dialogue that I feel
kill him.
Yeah, I feel like her dialogue, you know, like when she's fighting for her, you know, with everything that she has, is very reminiscent of like male dialogue that you see. And I feel like male authors inside of the shonen genre see female characters as like almost like not the same, like they're almost like a different species that don't like think or like reason the same way that male characters do. You know what I mean? And when you see a character like Mirko, you know, have dialogue that you feel like a Yami from, you know, Black Clover would have, or you know what I'm saying? Like when she says the things that she does, I don't even want to spoil because it's manga.
Yeah, don't do it. Yeah,
I'm not gonna do it. But like, if you're current in the My Hero Academia manga, you know what the fuck
we're talking about.
Like it's very much so that like she doesn't feel like a typical shonen, like even a very strong typical shonen female character. Yeah, she just feels like it's a character that is just badass, and it's just amazing to see.
Yeah. I say I'll say if you are current and you watch our show, you know that I said that's the best chapter of fucking Hero.
Yeah, he did say that.
When we first got that panel of her getting like blown back by the Man-Dem.
Yeah.
And like we get that panel of her like bloodlusted, like coming out of the pods, like yo, that shit, man.
Yeah, that was huge.
Yeah.
So fucking.
I wanted to bring up.
That's about as much as we should say.
I wanted to bring up Miracle.
Yeah, I didn't want to say too much more than that.
Yeah, I wanted to bring up M.A.N.G.A too, just because M.A.N.G.A is like such a dominant, figure inside of Jujutsu Kaisen with how much little panel time or screen time that she's had. Whenever she was on screen, it was very, it was very intense. It was very high octane. She has, like a technique that, and this isn't very spoilery, but she has a technique that, isn't very practical inside of the sorcerer realm, inside of the story, but she makes it work for her in the best way possible. Yeah. And she knows her shortcomings and, developed her fighting style around how underwhelming her special technique is, and knows that it's weak, and she still became one of the strongest characters in the series despite that. And there's a whole dialogue for it, super badass whenever you get there in Jujutsu Kaisen. But those are my
M.A.N.G.A is on my list too, by the way.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Wanted to bring that up.
I need Miracle and M.A.N.G.A to kick me square in my tits.
I'm ready to be stepped on.
You don't want that axe kick from fucking Miracle.
Who doesn't? Who doesn't? Who doesn't? If there's any way to die,
she's gonna kick the rib cage out of you.
If there's any way to die, that's the way I want to go. Stop.
Right in my fucking no parts. I'm gonna pull off right now.
Sam, why don't you go ahead and list off like a couple? Wait, I think Sam. Yeah.
No, Sam didn't go.
Sam didn't throw any of her lightning picks out. So like, why don't you go ahead?
No.
You can round the conversation off then, and you can just list off yours, and then we'll call it a night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shut up, Danny.
I didn't say anything, bitch. What the fuck?
You were gonna. I know you.
Whatever.
Okay, so this. This next one doesn't like count so much because she's not in the main Pokemon anime yet, but she's in the Twilight Wings one.
Ooh, wait a minute.
And her name is B.
Yes. Yes. Bro, I don't watch that. But when I saw the GIF of her like squaring up with Machamps and shit, I was like, oh my god.
She's the fighting gym leader.
I'll put pictures in the Discord chat so you guys can see it.
That was the tightest Pokemon shit that I ever saw. I was like, you're literally squaring
she's doing
up
like Muay Thai. She's doing Muay Thai with the Machamp. Yeah. She's got like the Sagat stance too.
Yes. I was like, I stand. I have to stand, and I'm simping. I can't help. I stand and simp.
Stand and simp.
Yes.
Gotta do it to him.
Where's my
Gotta do it to him.
It's somewhere over there.
To the OnlyFans.
That's another woman right there that I want me to kick me in the tits, like for real.
Yeah, dude.
Also, Pris Asagiri from Bubblegum Crisis.
Never heard of that.
Ooh.
Or Bubblegum Crisis?
I don't think so.
Wow, that's crazy.
I've never seen it, but damn,
She's the leader of the Night Sabers, so like she wears the blue and red armor, and then also like she's a lead singer in a rock band, and she's she's a biker chick, so like
hell yeah,
and her main weapon in her heart suit is called a knuckle bomb. And it's like these little cylinders that come out, and she's like, boom. It's really cool.
Yes.
And then Arturia Pendragon, or Saber from Fate.
Yes.
Word.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah. Female King Arthur. Love that. Yeah. Love that.
Yeah, and that by itself is amazing.
That by itself.
Yes, it is. Definitely.
I actually brought her up on the last one, but good to hear her again.
Oh, yeah, that's okay. Yeah.
But hey, that's
Saber,
hey. Go ahead. You ain't gonna. No opposition from me. Yes.
Yeah.
My last one, just like that I'll speak on just a bit, is Eureka Mishimura from Nadesco. And the reason why is because like
Martian successor Nadesco.
Martian successor.
The Nabisco scale. I remember.
Scale.
Yeah.
Because we gotta bring that back some.
I love the Nabisco scale.
We gotta bring the Nabisco scale back because
we have to update it.
Look at this. If you see this picture of her, she's your typical bubbly anime girl.
Yes.
And her badassness kind of goes under the radar because of it, but she scored 2 times higher in all of her captain exams, more than her superiors did.
Let's go.
And that is why she is the captain of the Nadesco. And
that sounds like me at work.
No. No.
And she
this motherfucker literally,
god damn it, she in the most like hopeless of times.
Yeah.
Like, she hangs on to the hope while everyone else is devastated, while everyone else has given up. She doesn't. She hangs on to every last bit of hope she can at all times, and that takes strength.
That's so
in my
badass.
Opinion.
Yes.
Hell
what a
yeah.
champion.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Love that.
Definitely.
While
that.
going through war
Fuck yeah.
and also still being able to keep that bubbly personality of hers too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Plus
huge.
she's cute, and she's 21, dude.
Yeah.
She's 20. She's like 20. Yeah, she's like 20, and then in the movie she's like 21 or 22, and then in the Sega Saturn game I think she's like 23.
Sega Saturn.
Sega Saturn.
Holy
We're
shit.
putting CDs in shit.
Wow.
What? We're putting for the
Okay.
first time. For the first time, we're putting a CD in and playing it on a console.
Time. All right.
All
Nickens
right.
and,
Wow.
That's
I think that's
gonna
good.
round it off then?
Yeah, that's gonna round it off. That
Yeah.
was an incredible
Yeah.
conversation. It's
Hell
always
yeah.
yes. Holy shit, man! This was
conversation we've ever had.
it was amazing. It was amazing. Thank you guys for joining me, Sam, Danny. It's always a pleasure to have Anime Summit here. Glad we can get Danny here. Got to get Nick back eventually.
Yes, thank
we'll
you
figure
so
that out.
much.
Yes,
Yeah, we got to get the
absolutely.
whole crew on
Yes,
here.
got to get the whole crew eventually. Trini,
One time for the one time.
Trini. Yes, thank you for finally pulling up. Can't wait to have you
Trini
back.
in
Can't
the
wait to have all of you
house.
back. This was amazing. Badass Women in Anime and Manga Part 2. Thanks for joining us.
yes.
If you did, slap a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Slap a subscribe or a follow on the channel if you are new here. This has been Tangential Tie-Ins. Also visit the description box down below. Once again, that's where you're going to see our link tree, which is going to show you all of our individual social media accounts, all of our online communities that you can find us on if you want to chat, other ways to consume the Project Manga podcast on audio-only mediums like Spotify, Apple Podcast, what have you, ways to donate to the Project Manga podcast if you feel so inclined, and also the Anime Summit podcast links will be down there. If you guys are not familiar with their content, please check it out. They have amazing content. They're one of the best, if not the best anime podcast out there.
Okay.
And you want to know what? And you want to know what? And hey, I say that confidently and proudly. And I'm just so glad that I met you guys. We're such a tight-knit family at this point. We've been collaborating for months on months now, and it's always a pleasure to have you guys here. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Arigato,
Absolutely,
daisuki.
absolutely. Trini, once again, I just want to say thank you again because I love you. I'm so glad you're here. And
I love you too.
yes, and that will do it for this episode of the Project Manga Podcast. Wrapping up, I'm Noxie.
It's dumb bitch hours. It's Kiko.
And Nickums.
And we'll catch y'all next time.